Did you know that if you're a mortgage broker or a financial advisor, there's a tool in Facebook ads which you can use to get more repeat business from your existing or past clients? It's something called customer lists. And in the group coaching call that I ran for the members of my Predictable Pipeline program earlier this week, we did a whole session on customer lists where I went through what they are, talked about some of the different ways that you can use them as an IFA or a mortgage broker to get more business from your existing client bank, and then I showed exactly how to set up a customer list in your Facebook ads account. And I thought that's something that maybe those of you who are in financial services but aren't members of the program might want to know a bit more about. So I've taken a short extract from that group coaching call where I go through what a customer list is and the kind of things that you can use them for, and I'm going to share that with you now, so stay tuned. Yeah, we're talking about Facebook customer lists today. Out of interest, anyone already using customer lists or dabbled with it in the past? Or don't worry if you haven't got a clue what they are, because we'll cover that. But no, give us a wave if you're using them. No, okay, fine. That's all right. We're all starting from the same place then, which is fine. So what I'm going to go through today is three things basically. I'll explain what a customer list is in Facebook. I'll talk about how we can use them. And then I want to show you, I'll do a live demo, always exciting and always risky, but I'll do a live demo of how you actually create a customer list based on a mailing list that you may already have. So what is a customer list? Does anyone know a customer list is? Okay, so basically it's within Facebook, and I'll keep saying Facebook, but this also obviously covers Instagram as well, because any advertising you do on Facebook can push across to Instagram. So yeah, a customer list, it's a kind of custom audience within Facebook. Now, those of you who were on the call we did a little while ago about Facebook retargeting, and we've done a couple of calls on Facebook, we talked about custom audiences in the context of that as well. So basically within Facebook, you've got two kinds of audience. You've got the kind of audience targeting you can do where you target people based on what Facebook already knows about them. So for example, if you want to target people who are interested in a particular kind of sport or have a particular hobby or are interested in mortgages or whatever, that's what we call interest targeting. And that's where you're showing your ads in Facebook to people who fit certain criteria. Or you might do it based on age or gender or that kind of stuff. Now, when we talk about custom audiences, what we're talking about there is showing ads to an audience that's based on how they've interacted with your business or with your Facebook advertising account. So, for example, we talked about this in previous calls, that you could, for example, show adverts on Facebook, but only to people who've watched one of your videos on Facebook in the past. So that would be an example of a custom audience. It's an audience based around you and your business. Okay. So customer lists are just another type of custom audience. But rather than it being an audience where it's based on whether people have interacted with your adverts or they've visited particular parts of your website, with a customer list, it's actually an audience, a list, which is provided by you. Okay. So the way this typically works is that you would have a spreadsheet of existing customers, with like name, email, phone, maybe other information like address or whatever information you've got about them. But you have this spreadsheet of customer data, and they might be existing customers, they might be people who've downloaded a newsletter, sign up for a newsletter from you or whatever, but it's a list of your existing data. And you upload that into your Facebook advertising account. And then what Facebook does is it goes through that spreadsheet and it looks at all the names in there. So see you've got Joe Blogs listed, and Joe Blogs has got an email address of joeblogs@hotmail.com. And it will try and match that to an existing Facebook user. So it will then try and see whether that same Joe Blogs exists as a Facebook user. And if Joe Blogs does exist on Facebook, then he will be one of the people who sees your adverts. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So obviously it's not foolproof because you might have Joe Blogs in your database as joeblogs@hotmail.com, but he may have registered on Facebook as joeblogs57@gmail.com or whatever. But it will do its best using the combination of the names, the email, any other information you've got there to match your list against known Facebook users. Okay. So because of this, you can then say, right, I just want to show my ads to people on this particular list, right? So why might you want to do that, or how can you use it? Well, there's two ways, really. There's what I just said, that you can show ads just to the people on your list, right? So you might have a particular, I'll talk more about how you could use this in a minute, but you might have, for example, an advert for a particular product or service, and you only want to show it to people who've already bought something else from you or already taken some other action with your business. So you could restrict your ads to just show to the list that you upload. The other thing you can do is you can create lookalike audiences based on your list. Anyone know what a lookalike audience is? Okay, so
it audience that looks like your customers.
Yes, yeah, that was you, Richard said that, wasn't it? Yeah, so it is basically, yeah, it does what it says on the tin. It's, you can take any existing audience and say to Facebook, create me an audience that is similar to this. So you can do lookalike audiences based on people who've visited your website, for example, or people who've interacted with one of your lead generation ads. But you can also create a lookalike audience based on the customer list. So let's say you've only got, for example, a few hundred people on your mailing list, and you upload that mailing list to as a Facebook customer list. You could then say to Facebook, I want to create a lookalike audience. So I want you, Facebook, to go out and find the people all across the UK who are similar to the people who are already on my mailing list. And because Facebook has got so much data on all its users, and because its algorithm is so advanced, it can do a pretty good job of finding, another several thousand people who have lots of things in common with the 100 or so that you've already got on your mailing list. Okay, so that can obviously be a good way to then show ads to more people who have, and there's a greater chance they'll want to do business with you, because if they're similar to the 100 who already have done business with you, well, then that means they're more likely to want to use your services than someone completely random. Okay, so that's the two things broadly that you can do with it. So what do you think some practical uses might be then for this, in terms of, as a mortgage broker or financial advisor, what are some of the practical ways do you think you could perhaps use this customer list feature to get more business?
Well, I would see it as a use of perhaps trying to get those cross sales that we all fight for and struggle with sometimes. If they bought the basic mortgage wherever they are in the process, you can try and target them with a protection type advert or something to encourage a response.
Yeah, definitely. So you could do some kind of cross sell, upsell, whatever. Now, obviously, so take protection as the example. So let's say that you want to run ads for income protection. Now, obviously, you can go out and run income protection ads to anyone and everyone, but it's quite a direct approach, and you may not, and you'll probably get some degree of success with it, but you'll be limited because these people are completely cold to the idea. They might not even know what income protection is. They don't know who you are, who your company is, anything like that. Whereas if you've got a database of people who've bought a mortgage from you in, let's say, the last 6 months, and perhaps you spoke to them about income protection at the time, but they didn't go ahead with it for whatever reason. Well, if you show ads for income protection to just that audience, there's more chance they're going to convert because they already know who you are. They might see it, go, oh yeah, that's that thing that Justin spoke to me about, and I said I'll deal with that later, and I haven't done yet. So you've got more chance of them converting, and you'll get a lower cost per lead potentially from those than you would to a cold audience. You could even be a bit more direct in your ad copy as well, because if you know that these ads are only going to be seen by people who took out a mortgage in the last 6 months, you could say in your ad, taken out a mortgage in the last 6 months. If so, it's really important you have income protection. or words to that effect, and they'll really go, "Oh yeah, I did take out a mortgage last 6 months. This advert must be highly relevant to me." Yeah, or you can do things like, it might be that it's someone who's downloaded a guide about income protection, and now you want to take them to the next step. Move them through the funnel. You could say in your advert, "Did you have any questions about the guide you downloaded?" Because you know that they are going to be people in that particular audience. So you can use it to move people through the funnel by showing ads that are relevant to the last step they've already taken in your buyer journey. You can do that kind of cross-selling that we just talked about there. Any other thoughts how you could use it in terms of getting more business or more repeat business or upsells, cross-sells, whatever?
You could perhaps use it for a referral campaign if you're going to give them 50 quid's worth of M&S vouchers or that type of thing.
Yeah, good point. I hadn't thought of that one. Yeah, so, and again, particularly if it's something you've already told them about when their mortgage completed, if you refer someone to us, we'll give you a voucher, but they've got a million other things in their head at that time because they're just moving into their new house. A reminder of that 2 or 3 months later might bring forward a referral. So yeah, that's a good idea. The other one I was thinking of was if you've got a database of people whose fixed rate is expiring in the next 6 to 9 months or whatever, you could run ads to them, which again are tailored to the whole messaging of, is your fixed rate expiring soon? Or you could even be more direct and say, your fixed rate's expiring soon, it's time to review your mortgage, or something like that. Okay. Obviously, it depends how well you've got your existing database of customers segmented as to whether you can pull out just a list of people who are up for renewal in the next 6 months, but hopefully you can. And that's the point, actually, because you can have different customer lists within. So you could have a general customer list. You could have a list of people whose mortgage is expiring in the next 6 months. You can have as many of these different lists uploaded to Facebook as you like. Okay, but it's basically a way to show more targeted advertising to people where you already know that they are in a particular situation or have a particular need, or whatever. Does that make sense as a concept? Yeah, okay. So before I move on to showing you how you do this, does anyone have any questions on it? Okay, so as I said, that was just a short extract from an hour-long live coaching and training call that we did with the members of the Predictable Pipeline program earlier this week. After the extract that I've showed you there, I then went on to show how to take a list of existing clients from your database and then extract that and upload it into Facebook, and how to use that to create a campaign of ads that would show just to those existing customers. So if you're a member of the program already and you missed the call and you want to see what the rest of that was all about, then do go and check out the recording in the members area. And if you're not a member of the program yet, but you'd like to be, to find out more about that particular topic there of Facebook customer lists, or any of the other things that we cover around how to market your financial services business online and generate more of your own leads, then do check out the link that I'll put in the description, where you can find out all about the program and join up and get access to all of that online training and help and support from me and other mortgage brokers and financial advisors just like you. Thanks so much for watching. If you found the video useful, please do click the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to the channel so as you get more videos like this as soon as I release them. And if you have any comments or questions, then do leave them down below. Thanks again, and I'll see you again soon.